how's it going? Welcome to Chicken Ranch Records, a podcast, episode 5. I'd like to thank you for tuning in. My name is Mike Dickinson. I own and operate Chicken Ranch Records here in Austin, Texas. I'd like to thank the Austin Chronicle for awarding us Best Local Label here in Austin. Really thrilled to receive the award, and just want to thank everyone who made this possible. You know, artists, fans, family, everything. Thank you so much. So we really appreciate it, and we're going to milk this for as long as we can. So yeah, it's going to be great. Today on the program, we have Eamon Sandwith. He's a singer and the bassist for Australian band The Chats. They're based in Brisbane, and they formed in their high school days in 2016. They're youngsters, but they really rock. They've toured America, Europe. They played the Reading and Leeds festivals. They had to cancel tour dates, of course, because of COVID. But they're beginning to tour again in Australia, and hopefully, if everything goes well this year, we can see them on our shores this year or next. They are performing a virtual set at South by Southwest 2021, Thursday at 9 p.m. You check your South by Southwest app for more details if you're in that sort of thing. And speaking of South by, we are having our annual day party. It's Ranch by Chicken Ranch 2021. It's a virtual party, so you can tune in on our YouTube channel. You can find that. Just look up Chicken Ranch Records on YouTube. Also, we have a VR platform at chickenranchvr.com. You can access the VR party with a Chrome browser or VR goggles such as like Oculus and whatnot. Our VR experience is brought to you by ScreenDuet, ScreenDuet.com. Check them out. A lot of great stuff they're doing there. We have a lot of short sets from a lot of artists. P. Z, Moving Panoramas, Ian McDougall of Broken Gold. We've got Butcher White from Austin, Texas. Oh man, Brian Robeson, formerly the Starlings, and just a ton of people who are sitting in some videos to show. Be 1 to 3 song short sets, and we're gonna throw in some archival footage from previous parties, including a lot of unseen performances. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun, a lot of surprises, maybe a few special guests here and there. So yeah, check it out Wednesday, 1 to 6 p.m. on your browser somewhere. Check it out. If you have any questions about anything, please drop us a line, ranch@chickenranchrecords.com. We would love to hear from you and love to, see what we could do better, or, if you have just any questions and everything. And here is now our interview with Eamon Sandwith of The Chats. Now, the chat started in 2017, right? Or 2016?
16.
16. That's very cool. And then you guys put out the video for Smoko was the first thing that was the big hit for you guys, the big thing that got you going and everything.
Yeah, that's what put us on most people's maps, I think.
Yeah, it's a fantastic video. My son was the one that turned me on to the video, and then we went down the rabbit hole and just watched all the videos after that.
Great.
I think it's right when The Clap came out also, which is just a fantastic video.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I was going to ask, going to jump into, kind of where, how you guys got started out. I guess you've been playing guitar or bass for a long time.
Yeah, I started playing guitar when I was about 10, and I think when I was about 15, I picked up the bass because everyone else played guitar, so it sort of seemed like we had too many guitar players at our school, so I started playing bass. Yeah,
how did you get the videos and everything? The videos are just fantastic. Do you guys make the videos yourselves, or do you have a team that does that?
Well, the first one, the Smoko video, that was just us, and we just got our guitarist girlfriend at the time to film it. But after that, our manager, Matt Weston, he's a bit of a director, so, we call each other and we bounce ideas and get a script going and stuff, and yeah, he's usually like the director guy, and we just write what's going to happen in the videos and stuff.
It's brilliant stuff too. It reminded me, even before the AC/DC CD video came out, it reminded me a lot of AC/DC, the kind of the look of it and everything, and the editing, and really fun to watch. Yeah, every one of them is really
cool.
Great. Yeah, I love the Identity Theft, the Guitar Hero homage and everything.
Yeah, I think that's my favorite video. I love that one.
Yeah, it's a hilarious song too. Just is it autobiographical or just kind of a combination of people's?
No, all fiction. That never happened to me.
How are you guys dealing with all the COVID fun over there?
Well, up here in Brisbane, it's actually been okay. It's been all right. We're starting to do some shows again. but other states haven't been as lucky. I know Victoria's had like 3 lockdowns or something. We only really had like one, and it probably only went for like a month. So we've been pretty lucky up here. You know, the real bummer is just not being able to travel and play shows and stuff. So
yeah, how did Brisbane get lucky? Did a lot of people wearing masks or just kind of behaving and making sure it wasn't spreading, or?
Yeah, I think everyone's pretty good here. You know, no one's really going against it. Well, from what I can tell, anyway, I don't know. Every time there's been like a community transmission, it gets taken care of pretty quickly.
That's really good. I'm glad that everyone's safe there, and it's
very lucky. Yeah.
And so the music scene started to come back a little bit with some live shows and everything.
Yeah. There's been a few shows, which has been great. When they first came back, it was like all seated, which was a bit funny, but it was just good to, you know, go out and see a band again. So, you know, we were just like taking anything we could get. Now it's a bit more relaxed. Like, I think now you're allowed to like stand up and dance a bit more. So that's great.
You have a couple of side projects too, as well, right? You have the Headlights. Is that your other band?
Yeah. That came about in the middle of the COVID thing over here. It was just out of boredom, really.
How did the band kind of start out and everything? You guys met in the school, I believe I read somewhere. Now you're in college. Type
yeah,
thing.
we started in our final year of high school because we were all in the same music class together, and we had an assignment that was like get into a group and make an original song, and so we did, and that's how the chats kind of started. And from there on, we were like, oh, this is really fun. Like, we should keep doing this. So we just started playing like high school parties and stuff for a case of beer or whatever. You know, about a year goes by and you start getting some okay support slots and like just playing at venues and stuff. And then at the end of 2017, Smoko, the video, just went nuts. And we started actually putting on our own shows, which was awesome.
And you have your own label now too, Bargain Bin Records?
Yeah, that's us, yeah.
Yeah, what all have you released so far? I know you've done your albums, of course, but you've done other people's 7 inches and CDs, cassettes, or whatever. Yeah,
well, we put out the Headlight stuff, and we put out our mates, The Unknowns, great band. We put out Perv Endings. We did a 7-inch for Coffin. We did an EP and a 7-inch for Crocodilus. Dennis Cometti, that was a great album by Dennis Cometti. And King Stingray. You know, we're just trying to make a bit of variety and help out our mates, really.
That's the way to do it, I think. That's what makes it a lot of fun too. Are you having a good time with the label?
Yeah, it's been great. It's been a real good learning experience, and it's just really cool to like not have to worry about not worry about contracts and stuff, because essentially you're running the show. You don't need to worry about someone like taking cash from you or whatever. Yeah, it's a different. It's good to kind of be the steward of your own destiny. It's a fun. It'd be really fun also. Yeah, it's a good time. You guys were supposed to be over here last year, but this year you're playing a virtual South by Southwest show. Is that correct? Recorded a couple songs, and we're just gonna send those in for South by Southwest, and like with a video. Like, we just played in Josh's backyard with some mates, which was fun. But yeah, we're I don't know. It's looking a bit cloudy, our touring schedule. So I really hope that we can get the vaccine and start going overseas again, Yeah, it's getting slow going here. People are getting vaccinated, but they just developed the 3rd vaccine, so they're going to try to get everyone done by, middle of the year here, which will be, I hope will open up some foreign touring bands to come through. 'Cause it's always fun to have people from, just everywhere touring through Austin. Usually it's just like you don't really know where to turn as far as going to shows, and there's like 3 or 4 good shows a night on the weekends over here. And, right now there's nothing. So it'll be nice to have some shows, and we're looking forward to it. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to when we can come back to Austin. Yeah, what bands are, influenced you growing up? What were your favorite bands? Growing up, the first sort of band that I really liked was like Nirvana when I was like 10. And then I sort of explored a bit more, and I got like really into the Ramones and stuff. And so yeah, I love the Ramones, and that was like sort of like my turning point. And then like throughout my teen years, I got more into like Black Flag, you know, and Misfits and all that stuff, and also like a lot of sort of like out there, well, not out there, but like sort of like more post-punk sort of stuff, like Wire, and Gang of Four. That was always there, and of course like the Aussie punk rock bands like the Saints and the Leftovers, Radio Birdman and stuff.
Yeah, Radio Birdman's one of my favorites also. When I saw the list on the AC/DC CD video, you had like Radio Birdman, Ramones, and it's like, well, those are my favorite bands too, so it's pretty great.
Yeah, they're awesome, man. They're still playing.
Oh yeah, I saw Radio Birdman in 2006 here in town, and it just kind of blew me away. Really great show here at Emo's. I wish they'd come back here.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Now it's the end of the summer up in Brisbane, or?
Yeah, summer. We're technically in autumn now. 4 days into autumn, yeah. Which is what we call fall.
Oh yeah, same here. Yeah, is it still pretty nice out there? The temperature get pretty low, or is it kind of just pretty nice?
Still about the same. It's still about the same. It's still like 30 degrees.
Yeah, in Texas, it's either we went from we had the worst ice storm we've ever had here, like in decades, and it was 5 degrees one day, and then it was 75 about 5 days later. And this is not Celsius, it was Fahrenheit, but it's just it was pretty bad. So not fun at all.
I was seeing that on. It looked crazy.
It was, yeah. We got kind of lucky. We didn't lose power, but all our pipes froze, and then we had a lot of friends who lost power, and then it was just and then if you people up north know how to drive in the ice and snow, but we don't, because it's the South, and they don't really salt the roads or anything, and so there's car wrecks everywhere. There's a 170 car pileup or something in Fort Worth. It's just insane. But glad it's all over now. I have 2 dogs, and one dog really liked the ice, and one did not. So it's pretty fun though. They had some guy got snow skis out and went down this hill. There's a big kind of hill that goes down to pretty close to where we live, and this guy was snow skiing down it like it was the Olympics or something.
Got to make the most of it.
Oh yeah, you got to. That's a good thing. Did you grow up in Brisbane? Were you born and raised there? Or?
No, I grew up in a little town called Mackay, which is like probably like 14 hours drive north. Still in Queensland. Bit more of like a mining sort of town. There's not a lot to do there. But I left there when I finished primary school. So when I was going into grade 8, moved to the Sunshine Coast.
Okay,
which
cool.
was, which is nice. There's beaches and stuff, and it's only about an hour north of Brisbane. But when I finished school, I moved down here because there's just more music and stuff.
Is there a pretty good music scene in Brisbane, or? Yeah,
well, it's the scene kind of like there's years where it's great, and there's years where it's not so great. But it's kind of like if there's a great band touring, they'll come to Brisbane, but they won't go to the Sunshine Coast.
Yeah, my friend toured Australia and said Melbourne was really fun to play. And I don't know if he got well up.
Yeah, Melbourne's like the music capital of Australia, they say.
Yeah, I think he just wanted to stay in Melbourne. He had a good time there. And is it expensive to travel between cities in Australia? Is there a lot of cheap flights or public transit, or you just drive everywhere, basically?
Well, you can drive, but it's a really far distance between each capital city. So if bands are touring Australia, most bands would fly.
That's cool.
And but it's not like, it's pretty expensive to fly. But there's an airline out here called Virgin where they're really good to musicians, and they won't charge you extra if you have heaps of cases and stuff.
Kind of Virgin Atlantic, I guess, here. We had Virgin Atlantic that I flew it from Florida to London, and that's really nice. They got bought.
Oh, sweet.
They got bought by Alaska Airlines here. I think the Virgin America did. So you guys have you played? You played Europe. You played America. Have you gotten to play any place in Asia, like in Japan or India or places like that?
No, not yet. we had plans to go to Japan, but obviously didn't happen. But yeah, I really want to go and tour there because I don't know. I've just only heard great stuff about Japan and the sort of even the Indonesian pub scene. Apparently, is really cool.
What are your it seems like you your album came out last year in the middle of the pandemic. Is that if my calendar is right and everything? When did you release, was it May? You released your album. Was it High Risk Behavior in May of 2020 or is it June?
It was March.
It was March. Okay. Right.
Like just as it was happening.
Yeah. I had an album come out the day they canceled South by Southwest last year. And I felt bad for you guys that, they came out during the pandemic, but it seemed like the album sold pretty well despite that.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was thinking. I think maybe it's, a bit more of an excuse for people to like maybe listen or watch things that they normally wouldn't if they'd been working and stuff. So maybe it kind of played to our advantage a bit, I guess.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite records of last year. Really, really good.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I just love the whole. It's kind of it's a punk record, but it's a fun punk record. There's a lot of like really. People take themselves so seriously with the punk rock sometimes. And it seems like you guys have a good balance of kind of levity and, fun and you guys can play well. So it's a good combination. I think you guys have, and you get in and out within 2 minutes, it's such good, quick punk songs.
Yeah. Thank you. We're not, we're not about, overstaying our welcome.
Yeah. All the songs are fantastic. One of my favorites is I Hope Scott's House Burns Down. Is it the one about the Prime Minister? Yeah,
the acoustic one, yeah.
Yeah, would you explain kind of the listeners here the story of that?
Well, at the end of 2019 and the start of 2020, we had some pretty horrific bushfires over here in Australia. Like real bad, the worst that the country had ever seen. And in the middle of that, our Prime Minister, who's still in office, he went off to Hawaii for a family holiday. And there were like photos of him just sitting around in Hawaii while everyone's houses are fucking burning down. And, everyone, like there were a few deaths, not heaps, but there were people dying. And he sort of did a Ted Cruz in a way. He just fucked off and didn't really take any responsibility for anything. So, that was, that song kind of just came out of that. I was like, it'd be pretty funny to do a song about the Prime Minister's house burning down, given the irony of him, deserting the country and everything. So, so I just wrote that. I thought this will be really funny. And it went pretty nuts on the internet. I got a few death threats from real right-wing people, but doesn't really matter. Yeah,
what's a couple of death threats, so not that bad.
Yeah.
I have to travel a long way to execute the death threat, I guess, too. So it's kind of expensive for your average Yahoo to do that. I was thinking about that song when I heard about Cruz's vacation, and it needs to be a good Ted Cruz punk rock song, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people said that. They were like, you got to rework the lyrics for Ted Cruz.
We'd love it over here. That'd be great. Did you see the mariachi band in his front yard? They had a demonstration, and when he got home, they had hired a mariachi band to play his front yard.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, I'll send you a link to it. It's people were demonstrating because his home address leaked out, and they had a bunch of people protesting, and then they've got a 4-piece mariachi band playing some songs. They were good too. It was really entertaining.
Oh, that's awesome.
I don't think he liked it very much.
Yeah, I'd expect he doesn't have a very colorful sense of humor.
But yeah, man. So what's on the agenda for you guys? You guys recording right now and making some new records, or just kind of waiting to see how COVID treats everybody?
Yeah. We're practicing tonight. Actually, we're just writing a bunch of songs. I think we've nearly got an album together, and then we're just going to record that and hopefully put it out like later this year or early next year. Do you
self-produce, or do you kind of go to studio and knock everything out, or just the early recordings are fairly DIY and everything? Or
yeah, well, in the early days we sort of just used whatever was available. Now we kind of have some proper amps. I'm actually playing through a real bass amp on our on our debut album, the High Risk Behavior one, whereas all the other records, it was just like through a crappy like speaker or something. So it was good to have a bass amp finally. And we don't produce it ourselves. We sort of we know what we want it to sound like, but it's always better getting someone else to mix and master and do that stuff.
Yeah, it wasn't overproduced though. Is the thing I liked about it so much is that it was raw, but it wasn't so raw that it took away from the performance, I think. And
totally.
It's
cool.
It's just a fun sequence record too. It's I cracked up because I went to go run an errand, and it was right down the street literally, and came back and I'd listened to half the record on like doing an errand. So I was like, oh, this is great. The record, it's like just it's just fun, fun punk rock and everything. And
that's awesome. Thanks, man.
Yeah, man. So and you guys you have a new guitar player now, is that correct? Or
yeah, Josh, he's awesome.
Cool, yeah. And then is it Pricey with left the band and everything?
Yeah, he's doing his own sort of acoustic stuff now.
That's cool. Yeah, things happen though. I mean, but still, the new song sounds great. I like the AC/DC homages too. The Thunderstruck cameras on the instruments, and then the Bon Scott church thing was really great.
Yeah, that was a really fun video to do.
How long did it take you guys to do it? Just one day, or was it kind of a couple of days shoot with all the different homages and everything?
No, that was just all one day. Yeah, we've never spent more than a day on a video.
And was the Smoko video really $5 video?
Yeah, that was the only expense that went into it, because everything else, like, we had all the costumes and stuff already. So the only money we had to spend was on the actual sausage roll. My
buddy Scott asked me to ask you about fairy bread and how many slices of fairy bread can you eat at one sitting?
Oh man, fairy bread's awesome. I haven't eaten fairy bread in a good few years now, so I'm not sure how many I could do right now. I feel like the amount of butter and sugar might just make me spontaneously combust.
I didn't know about it. My friend's a chef, so he knew about that and asked me to ask you about that. Are you a big barbecue fan, or did you have any Texas barbecue when you were here?
Yeah, we did when we were there. It was awesome.
Yeah. What were your favorite cities in America to visit?
Austin was definitely up there. We had a great time in San Antonio as well.
Yeah, it's about an hour. Yeah, about an hour from here. Yeah.
Yeah, love San Antonio. And what else? Well, we love like California. California was really fun. Chicago was pretty cool. Where else we go? Phoenix was nice. It was really hot in Phoenix. Yeah,
it's really, really hot there sometimes, or most of the time, I guess. Rather, it's pretty warm there. And it's fun where it's amazing where you get some places you don't think you'll have a good crowd or a good show, and you end up having a great time there. And
totally.
Yeah, it's fun. Did you enjoy the Reading and the Leeds? Was it Leeds and Reading festivals you played? Or
yeah, Reading and Leeds. Yeah, that was pretty good. That was fun. That was probably like the most people we played to at that point, so it was pretty nerve-wracking, but it was a good time.
That's really cool. And you did the Burger Boogaloo in 2019 you did it, or is it 2018? No, 2019, because I went to 2018. I think you guys played 2019.
Yeah, Boogaloo was great. That was awesome.
That was a fun, I went for my birthday for 2018, saw Devo and The Damned and everything. It was really good.
Oh, sick. That looked like a really good lineup.
Yeah, it's good. There's punk rock bowling in Las Vegas this fall. I think Devo's playing it as well, and I want to try to get over to see it if I can.
Yeah, that always looks like a fun time too.
Oh yeah. Have you guys been able to get any songs into any TV or films yet, or are you still working that angle? Or
no, I don't think we've really gotten. Oh, actually, no. We got one offer for a TV thing. We said yes to it because we thought it was pretty cool. They were like, yeah, we wanted the Dead Kennedy song, but they cost too much, so we came to you. We were like, oh, that's awesome.
Well, that's good, though. Yeah, I mean, definitely can be the affordable alternative to the Dead Kennedys. It's amazing that they even, I guess, since they took the rights from Jello Biafra, they're probably more amenable to licensing the songs, it seems like.
Yeah.
I guess the label's almost an international concern, I guess, since do you partner with the major, with
Cooking Vinyl.
Cooking Vinyl, that's right. Yeah, and they're well connected all around the world and everything. Has it been pretty good working with them?
Yeah, it's been really good. They send it all out for us, so that's definitely less of a headache.
Yeah. It's tough, even without a pandemic raging and everything, and trying to get music out there. And how do you have people doing social media for you? Do you just kind of do the social media things occasionally to push things out, or?
Yeah, I do it a lot of the time. Sometimes our managers just do it because I'm just real slack with it. They're like, I'll post this. I'll be like, yeah, all right, I'll get around to it, and I just forget about it.
Yeah, what are your favorite bands that are out there now in your country and elsewhere too?
I love Coffin, great band from Sydney, sort of like hardcore, sort of thrash sort of stuff. Boing Boing from up in North Queensland. They do like sort of chat sort of stuff, I guess. Ghoulies over in WA, they're like a great sort of synth punk, sort of like Devo, egg core sort of thing. There's just so many good bands. Like those are just the ones I can. Like those are the ones off the top of my head. Yeah, there's just so much good shit out here. I'll make a playlist, man.
That'd be great. Yeah, I see on the Instagram all the bands that you mentioned, and I've listened to a few of them on Spotify, and really, really good stuff. Yeah, it's been fun talking to you, man. I'm glad we got to finally get together and everything. I appreciate you chatting, and no pun intended, but didn't mean to walk into that pun either. But if you're reading anything over here, just holler, and we're looking forward to seeing you in person soon too. And that was Eamon Sandwith of the chats. I'd like to thank Eamon for giving us a call from Brisbane, Australia, and I had to apologize for my rambling in that interview to Eamon especially. And it was really great. And I love his their debut album, High Risk Behavior. It's out on Bargain Bin Records. You can get it any record store, Bandcamp. It's a fantastic record. It's very, very funny, just very punk rock, and just one of my favorite records of last year. Check them out. And check them out Thursday at South by Southwest Virtual. They're playing at 9 p.m. Central Time. That's Central U.S. time. On Wednesday, March 17th, there is a Chicken Ranch by Chicken Ranch 2021 in cyberspace. So we're gonna, you can, as I said before, you can access it via YouTube or with your Chrome browser or with Oculus. You can create avatars in the virtual environment and talk to other guests and just have a good time there. We have a big hodgepodge of music, and got some music from Como Rebe also. She's performing live, a live set for us, and many other great artists. So I hope that you will tune in, and we'd love to hear from you. Drop us a line, ranch@chickenranchrecords.com. I will be at the party. You can see my avatar there. Feel free to come up and chat. And it'll be a great time. And I hope everyone's doing well. Get your vaccine and stay safe out there and have a nice week. And we will see you next week with the podcast. Be safe.